Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Rick9G. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about I Love Lucy. More specifically about Fred Mertz and his wonderful, well, 30-year-old Cadillac at the time when that episode premiered. So thank you so much for all the support. All I Love Lucy fans, thank you so much. You've been so great with over 250 I Love Lucy videos. It's fantastic to see the support. I think you're going to like this one because it deals with a very cool topic, and that is Fred's Cadillac. That is his 1923 Cadillac, according to Ricky and what he says in the episode Getting Ready. Now, I have a lot to say about this car, and I think we should just get started because I was super surprised when I found out about this. It was something that I just realized by watching the episodes, and it clicked, and I said, I have to let everyone know. So let's first start with Getting Ready and what is happening. So the gang, that is Ricky, Fred, Ethel, and Lucy, all are going to go to California, and they're trying to figure out how to get there. They decide after a while that the car is the best way, but no one owns a car, so they have to buy it. They're talking about different ones, Pontiacs, Cadillacs, different ones. Finally, they decide that Fred's going to go out. He has a friend, and he is going to help him get a good car. So Fred goes out there and buys something for $300. Back then, in the 1950s, $300 is nothing. It's very cheap. That's like today buying a car for around $3,000. And you're thinking a new car, something that can get you across country. You're thinking, uh-oh, we're in trouble. That's what the gang found out when Fred pulled up in that old 1923 Cadillac. It was a convertible, by the way, which made them very happy. Now, when everyone, even Ethel, found out that he bought this Cadillac, they got upset and they made him return it. So he went back with his friend, and a bit of shenanigans happened. It kind of got a little convoluted. I won't give you all the details. Basically, Fred kept the car at the end of the episode, and he was out the money of the car. $300 at the time, which is thousands and thousands today. So it would have been a headache, especially Fred being the cheap person that he was. Now jump to the next episode. Lucy learns to drive, and Fred is in a state of shock. He's in a state of shock because of the money that he lost, and everyone's trying to say, hey Fred, snap out of it. But what's very interesting is that Ricky bolts in the door, and he lets everyone know, don't worry everyone, I bought a car. I bought the car that we're going to take to California. It's a new Pontiac, like it's a great car, and this is something that we're going to use. But Fred is still in the state of shock. But he says, and this is important, Ricky uses Fred's car as a trade-in. That is a down payment for the Pontiac. So in essence, the Cadillac went from being Fred's, turning it in for the Pontiac, and essentially Fred would get his money back, the amount that he paid for the car. So he would get the $300, Ricky would give it to him, and in essence the car would leave. The car would have to go to another dealership. They would have to accept it, of course, and they would sell off to someone else. Easy enough, but I thought this was kind of shocking because later on, as the episodes continues, they go to California. I Love Lucy half-an-hour episodes end, and then we get to the hour-long episodes. These are the same characters, the Mertzes and the Ricardos, and in the episode Lucy hunts for uranium, something very interesting happens. What do we see? We see a car very similar to the one that Fred was using episodes back. But wait a second, didn't they actually trade it in for the Pontiac long ago? How can this be? Well, if you really think about it, if you look closely, it's the exact same Cadillac. The 1923 Cadillac that was seen in season 4 is now seen in the later hour-long seasons in Lucy Hunts Uranium. You see Ethel and Fred in it both. They go during this funny chase scene in the uranium episode. But I thought, wait, how can this be? Unless something happened. Unless Fred Mertz and Ricky were in cahoots and they lied about it. They lied to the girls, letting them know that it was a down payment. Do you really think that a dealership would take a 30-year-old car in a trade for a new car? Maybe, but not something as beat up as the thing that Fred brought. I mean, the car that Fred had was complete clunker. It was horrible. The engine essentially blew up. It didn't even run. Why would he get all his money back? I think, this is my theory, that Ricky made that up so that the girls wouldn't get upset and Fred actually kept that car. He kept that car somewhere, maybe hidden in the parking lot of the actual apartment complex. I don't know, but he kept it somewhere until he finally had enough money, or later on he fixed it up, and then he just said, well, Ethel, we own this car now. He brought it, but we never saw that. What other explanation would it be for Fred to have the car so far later, and the exact car? It doesn't make sense for him to go and buy the exact 1923 similar model, same look, same condition. It doesn't make sense. He had to have kept that car the whole time. I think that's really cool. I think that's really fun. I want to know your thoughts, guys and gals. If at all you agree, you disagree, that is fine. I love to see all your thoughts. But what I think is cool is the fact that this Cadillac is in both episodes. It's the same car. They could have chosen any car for Fred, even an old clunker that was not like that. But no, they kept the same car. And so if we look at the continuation, it makes so much sense, guys and gals. Love to know your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for supporting as always. And don't forget, most importantly, be hopeful. Thank you to everyone who supports me and my channel, especially through Patreon, where you could be listed on here. My awesome diamond tier patrons, Gary N, Sydney R, David D, and Ricky. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you back real soon. Links, playlists to my other 1,300 videos could be found in the description.